Do you have any problem in midterm factorization? Just you tell me that. After that, I'll start.
No, sir, I have no problem with that.
You can do, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I'll be now starting with some questions which are related to the previous theory. So directly I'm coming to the questions and we'll be doing these questions. Okay, question number 1 for today. It is. This is the question. Please go on noting this. If ax cube plus twice a cube x, sorry, this is square. Ax square plus twice a cube x. I'm very sorry. At the beginning only I made a mistake. Just a minute. The question is, if ax square plus 2 a square x plus b cube is exactly divisible by x plus a, then prove that a equal to b or a square plus ab plus b square equal to 0. So these are the things you have to prove. Now how we will proceed? Just prove. Okay. Given that, okay, they did not give any name for the polynomial, so we have given the name from our side as px, and the polynomial is this, is exactly divisible by x plus a. Therefore, by factor theorem, as it is divisible by that particular part, factor theorem we can use. So factor theorem will give you p of minus a equal to 0. So how do we get p of minus a? Actually, whatever is the divisor you equal to 0 and find the value of x. And that value of x you have to put in place of x and px. So now you work it out. If you put this value here, just see what exactly you are going to get. So here we'll be getting this is equal to 0. Then I'll be getting this as a cube. Then this will be, okay, this will be plus. Overall, this is twice a cube and minus a, and then b cube equal to 0. So overall, what will I get? Minus a cube plus b cube equal to 0. So ultimately, you will be getting this b cube minus a cube equal to 0. And now you have to apply the formula of cube. So last day I have already written the formula. So with that formula, you can write this as b minus a whole into this. Now you try to see. Product of two numbers is equal to 0. Means each of this number may be possibly 0. So you can write here, therefore b minus a0 or b square plus ab plus a square will be 0. That is a equal to b or a square plus ab plus b square equal to 0. So they are asking you to so this. So henceforth we have done it. Once you finish it, please inform me. Okay. So moving on to the next question. Again, a very important question we will be taking. Question number 2. This is also an important question. Find the condition that x cube plus p plus q whole into x plus a is exactly divisible by x plus p plus q. So what is the condition that this particular factor divides the given polynomial? So here first we'll name the given polynomial. Always this is your minimal start point. Polynomial is, so px equal to x cube plus p plus q whole into x plus a. This is number one, right? If p plus x plus p plus q exactly exactly divides one, not one, sorry, px, then bifactor theorem, bifactor theorem, bifactor theorem. See, this time the factor you are considering is this. So if you equal to this, then what will be the value of x you have to replace? It is this much. So in place of x, you replace that, and you can say that p of that value will be 0. Okay, now just you see, I did not notice it earlier. See, this is also p, and there is a value of p here, but these two p's are not same. This is for the name of the polynomial. So at the beginning only, I could have used it as fx, right? Then it would have been little better. Okay, anyway, I'll make the change because it may create a problem afterwards for understanding. So let me make it as fx only. Okay, now you put the value. So what will get? Minus p plus q whole cube, the first term, then p plus q, and then minus of p plus q, and this is a equal to 0. So this will happen definitely if p plus q is a minus p plus q is a 0 of this. So now once you try to simplify, do not break the cube as immediately as you are solving it. Just try to simplify it. This is a here, right? So what simplification you can do? You can take p plus q square common, then here it will be p plus q, and then this is 1 is equal to this minus is taken here, this side minus is taken in the right side. So find a condition that this is exactly divisible by this. So here you do not have any other option to do any simplification. Actually, this is the condition. I think the problem I have chosen is incomplete. Anyway, there is no other condition. So this is the last condition, which is to be satisfied by P and Q in order to have this as a factor. Please. Once you finish, let me know. Okay. So now we'll be going for another problem. Another problem, matlab, now we'll be discussing about the midterm factorizations. So first go for a recap class 8 you got. So just I'm writing factorize the following. Factorize the following and hence find the zeros. Factorize the following and find the zeros. So first one is, suppose x square plus 6x plus 10. So I'm going to explain you the midterm factorization. Please see this. What exactly you have to do in midterm factorization? Let's say you have to take the coefficient of x square, that is 1 here, and the constant term with the sign, and you have to multiply it. So if you multiply that, it is 1 and 10. Multiplication will give you 10, 1 into 10. Now this 1 into 10, you try to break in all possible ways. So we have only two ways here, 1 into 10 and 2 into 5, right? It is a wrong question actually. Wrong in the sense we cannot do it by midterm factorization. Do one thing, let me modify it, right? Otherwise, we will not be able to finish it. Make it 7x, not 6x, right? So now, after getting this, what you have to see that particular breakup where the difference or the sum of the number is this, right? So here I can find 2 and 5. If I add them up, they will give you 7, right? So 2 and 5 is the suitable pair. But at the same time, you have to see one more thing. What is the coefficient of x square? It is plus 1. Constant term is plus 10. So product is how much? Plus 10. So now when you choose these numbers, make sure this is very, very important to observe. Listen to me very carefully. If the product becomes plus, if the product becomes plus, these numbers, whatever you are going to choose, their sum only will give this particular one. The difference will not give. Difference will give if the product will be minus. Right? I'll be taking that problem also so that you can understand. So here I can consider 2 and 5. So here you can see what we'll be getting. 7 can be written as twice x plus 5x. 7x can be written like this. So now you break the bracket and you take the possible common factors and you try to factorize this. So once you factorize, you'll be getting this. So which is the required factorization? Which is the required factorization? Okay, so one part is done, but they have told you, and hence find the zeros. Zeros also you have to find. Now just try to recall from your previous idea, when you say a number to be zero of a polynomial, you say it to be a zero of the polynomial. Once we put that value of x here, this value will be equal to 0. So now as you have now got this equal to x plus 2 into x plus 5, from here easily you can see what must be put here so that this becomes 0. One is minus 2, another is minus 5. So directly from the factorization now you can conclude. And hence zeros are x equal to minus 2 and minus 5. Very, very important. Please note it down. And once you finish, you will just tell me. I'll be taking another problem. Also, you negative one. Also, you need not worry for it. A lot of problem we are going to do today. Once you finish with you, please inform me. Okay. So now next question we are going to take. 25x square plus 20x plus 12. Okay, very nice. So now in order to do this, what will you do? 25 is the coefficient of x square and 12 is the constant. Both are plus. So this you multiply. It will be 300 if you observe, right? So 300 is to be now factorized. So 300 can be broken in what form? These are small numbers, so we are doing it like this only. Otherwise, we'll do the prime factorization. That also I'll show you when bigger numbers will come. Then by 3 I can do. By 4 I can do. If I multiply by 4, then this will be 75. Now you can see your sum. See, product is plus or minus. It is plus. So what number you will be getting, that has to be added, right? And addition should give you 20. That two numbers you have to find. Okay, that two numbers only you have to find. So let us just try to find. The next 4 is gone. By 5 I can divide. If I divide by 5, it is 60. So in no way 5 plus 60 will give you 20, right? Then 6 will be there. 6 into 50. Very nice. 7 will not divide. 8 will divide. No, 8 will not divide. 9. 10 will divide. 10 into 30. 10 into 30. 10 plus 30 will give you 40, not 20, right? Okay. So now what else? By 12, if I divide, 12 into 25 will be there. And then 13 will not divide, 14 will not divide, 15 into 20, 15 into 20. Then what else? Now to know more will be there, because the reverse will be like 20 into 15, like this will come. These are not needed to be written. Actually here also, unfortunately, I think in a hurry I have written these numbers. So here also I am very sorry. I have to make a change in the sign. This you make negative. This you make negative. Right. Otherwise no real zero will be there here. No, real zeros will be there. Sorry. The rational zero will be there. Integral zero will not be possible. Or midterm
So,
factorization will not be able to do. Yes.
so we can take 13 to 10 means
30 into
30 minus
30
13
into
minus.
that's what. Now it will be possible if this is minus. Earlier cases I have kept this as plus. So you could see if I keep 12 as plus, product is positive. Once product is positive, these two numbers has to be added only, whatever numbers you will choose, right? If the product is negative, now product is negative, you can say minus if I put, now product is negative. Now when the product is negative, I can take the difference now. That is the idea. You are correct. Once I consider this is minus 12, right? So now we can proceed. It is true. So it will be 25x square. Then this 20 can be written as what? 30 minus 10. Had it been positive, it would have not been giving you answer. Remember it. So it is 20x, sorry, 30x minus 10x minus 12. So now from here I can take 5x common. So 5x will be left out and 6 will be left out. Then I can take 2 common from here. Then x, sorry, 5x plus 6 will be left out. So overall what we'll get? 5x minus 2, 5x plus 3. So you can write which is the required factorization. So you have finished with one part. Now we have to go for finding the zeros. And the zeros are, how will you find the zeros? This can be equated. You can show it here also. In the graph you try to see these factors you equate to 0 and find what is the value of x. That are the zeros. So one zero is 2 by 5 and the other 0 is minus 6 by 5. So these are the two zeros. Please note it down. And once you finish, let me know. Okay, so we'll be taking more problems of this kind. Okay, number 3, again midterm factorization only. It is 6x squared plus 17x plus 5. So once more I'll explain this. Once more I'll explain it. Here again you try to see what are the coefficients of x squared, that is 6, that is plus 6, remember it, and this is plus 5. So product is positive. So this 30 has to be broken into two parts whose sum or differences would be giving you 17. So it is not sum or differences, because if it is positive, necessarily it should be sum, remember it. So you can find here, these two are the factors which will help you. So you can write this as 17 can be broken as 2 plus 15 and then x will be outside. This 17 has been broken like this. Now you can break the whole thing. It will be twice x, 15x plus 5. Then you can take 2 common, x common. That will be 3x plus 1. Then 5 you take common, 3x plus 1. So overall what you get? 2x plus 5, 3x plus 5. Right? Which is the required factorization? ये है तुम्हारा factorization. And the zeros are now zeros. How will you do? Equating these to the zeros. These two quantities equal to 0. So and the zeros are 1 0 will be minus 5 by 2 and other one will be minus 1 by 3. Right? So I'll just go through it. One I'll receive a call, so I'll meet you for some time. Okay, so I think you have finished it. Just in between 1 minute. I'm just taking a break. Just hold on. Ah, okay, sorry, I just took some call actually. Phone was there. Acha, next problem we'll take. One more. This is the last problem of your factorization by midterm splitting, right? There is the last, and then we'll be going for bigger ones. It is 15t square minus 2t minus 1. This is the factorization you have to do. So now here you see, you have taken 15 and the constant term is minus, product is negative. So product is negative means this time whatever factors are there, you have to take the difference. That is the idea, indication, right? So 15 now you have to break. Possible factors are 1 into 15, 3 into 5, no more, right? Now out of that, whose difference will be giving you 2? Do not say the negative here, no need to say right at this moment. So obviously 3 and 5, 5 minus 3 will give you 2. So that's the idea. So now this 2 I'll write as 5 minus 3. You need not bother about what sign is outside. Only remember, if the product is negative, difference you have to take, and product is positive, sum you have to take. That's a like thumb rule. So now if you break it, your answer will be automatically adjusted. So now you can take 5 common, t common, then 3t minus 1, and then 1 you can take common like this. Then 3t minus 1, 5t plus 1 was, which is the required factorization, which is the required factorization. And the zeros are, what are the zeros? X equal to, you equal this to 0. Acha, x will not come, this variable is t. So it will be 1 by 3. And the other will be minus of 1 by 5. So please note it down and finish it. Okay, now I'll be coming to the division of polynomials. This is one of the most important part you should remember. This was the question number 3. Now question number 4 I am going to start. Question number 4. So divide, right? Divide px by zx and write down the quotient q u o t i n t, quotient, and the remainder in each cases. Whatever is the case below, we have to write the remainder and the quotient once we divide px by qx. Now I'm going to explain you the divisions. Even if you got it in class 8, you got it, but still, as this is very, very important. This is because this is the main part which we need for factorization. So you see, we are going to divide it. So for the division, first of all, you have to see one thing. Are the polynomials arranged in the decreasing order of powers? Yes. Here we are lucky. So our work is already reduced. So you have to now write both the polynomials in such a way that you can divide the bigger one, that is px by gx. So you write px here. X cube plus twice x square minus x plus this, right? And then it is x plus 1. Now see what I'm going to explain. This is a very important part to understand. Whenever you will start the division, look only this term and this term. That means first term of both dividend and the divisor. Dividend and the divisor. Only the first term to start with. Right? I'm doing some side work also, which is actually not to be done orally. Right? What is the first term of dividend? X cube. Okay. What is the first term of divisor? X. Now there should be an equal sign and something should be multiplied with the divisor. This is the task you have to do. So what must be multiplied with x, or what must be put here so that I get x cube? Easily you can identify that that is the term x square. I should put x square. So this is what now I have to put here. This is the term what I have to put here. This is what you have to understand. Once you did it, then again you multiply it by x square will be multiplied to this, write the result here. X square will be multiplied to 1, write the result here, right? And you write the result, go on writing the result in that way. So x square into x will give you x cube, and x square into x square into 1 will give you x square. We have written it like this with the correct sign. And after that, now it's time to subtract. So for subtraction also, what you can do, if you are already expert, then there is no problem. If you feel that you do not have that idea, so you put a minus sign to show that this part is subtracted, and presence of this minus will just make a change in the sign of these two terms. And accordingly, what will happen now, if you look at after subtracting, sorry, once you are subtracting, this x cube and this x cube will get cut because this is positive, this is negative. Here it is plus 2x square and here it is minus x square. New sign you have to take. So what will happen? 2x square minus x square. 2x square minus x square. What will it give? 2x square minus x square will give you x square. Then after that you bring down these two terms. Now we got this. Again you got a dividend. Now again you are starting with a dividend. And this is the division. So that same process has to be repeated. What is the first term of the dividend here? It is x square. Should equal to divisor into some quantity. What must be put from your side? X. So that x will be now going here. And it is plus x or minus x? Yes, it is plus x. So you have to put plus x here. So now you multiply this x with this x plus 1. So x into x will give you x square, which I'll write here. And x into 1 will give you plus x. I'll write below x. So once we do it, again now it's time for subtraction. So again you can write, there is a minus here. And this minus is going to change the sign here in both the places. Then this will be cut. And now you adjust. Right? This will be minus x at the top. This is minus x, that is minus 1x, and this is also minus 1x. 2 minus x together makes it what? Minus twice x. And now you bring down this plus 1. Now again one more time you try to see, can we carry the divisions? This time what we have as the first term is minus 2x. Very nice. This is the divisor. What must be multiplied here in order to obtain minus twice x? Okay, it is simply minus 2. So that minus 2 should be put here, right? And this time it will be minus 2. So you have put again minus 2, you multiply here. What you will get? Minus 2x. And then minus 2 into 1 will be giving you minus 2. Then you got this. And now you do the subtraction. Again, the same thing. This is going to be subtracted. So this time this minus will become plus. This minus will become plus. And these two will get cut. Right? Get cut means you can cancel. And then this will be plus 1. Below 1 is plus 3, 2. So total will be 3. So you have the remainder as 3. So now here you write. Therefore, quotient qx will be equal to what? X square plus x minus 2, and remainder rx will be equal to 3. So you are done with the result. Please note it down. Go through it. If you have understood or not, you see, and let me know. And if you have understood, well and good. Okay. Now, suppose before I go to the next one, I want to pose a question here. Suppose somebody asks you, is Zx a factor of Px? That may be also asked. So here your answer is no, it is not. Why? Because you see the remainder. Remainder is not equal to 0. This remainder is not equal to 0. So if remainder comes out to be 0, then only we say the divisor to be a factor. Otherwise, it is not a factor. That's it. So they might ask you this also. So now I'll go for the next question of the same type. Number 2. Here also we have to divide Px by Zx. This time Px is 4x to the power 4 plus twice x cube minus twice x plus 1, and the divisor is x square plus 1. So first of all, as I told you that time also, that you should be now alert in knowing whether these divisors and the dividend, they are in the decreasing order of the powers of the variable or not. And if you notice they are, so your first task is over. So you write them in the respective positions. Now here you can see that there is missing power in the dividend, that is square power is missing. So you write the terms of this dividend little loose. You can see x cube and x. There is a bigger place I have left. Why you will come to know once we start the problem. Always you write it is loose. Now it is x plus 1. What is the first term of the dividend? It is 4x cube, sorry, 4x to the power 4. It should be equal to, what is the first term of the divisor? X square. So now you have to put a suitable term in that empty bracket. That will go to the quotient. Right? So you can easily justify that I need x to the power 4. So with x square, I should multiply x square. And because I need a 4, that 4 can be compensated here. So what I should put in the place here, it should be 4x square. I hope that you have understood. And once you write this, you should now multiply with these two. And you write the results as per the corresponding order. So 4x square into x square will give you 4x to the power 4. Very nice. Then 4x square and 1 if you multiply, it will generate you 4x square. But you can see here that there is no places for x square. Only x cube, then x directly. If there would be x square, where will it come? In between x cube and x square, right? So we have to write now that 4x square in such a way that it comes between these two powers. And what will be the sign? Plus sign. So now you see whether you have understood this or not. Whether you have understood this or not, you see. If you have any
Sir,
question, you can ask. Yes.
can you explain once again?
Which particular part? Okay, 4x square, how it comes, it is not known or what?
No, sir, that one, 4x to the power
Here,
4 plus 4. This
this
one,
one.
yes, sir.
Okay, so here you see, I'm again explaining you. When you multiply 4x square with 1, you are getting a term 4x square. Right? So once I put it here in the second line, I have to minus this second line from the first line. So when you minus, obviously you will minus it from the similar terms. Similar terms, matlab, like terms, means the term which will contain x square here. But in the given expression, there is no place for x square. So this term has to be given a place. I cannot put it below x cube because it is not similar with this. I cannot put it below x because it is not similar with x. And I cannot push it outside also. Then my problem will be wrong. So what I did, I found another way. If suppose there would have been x square here, where had I kept it? I could have kept it here only in between x cube and x. That means immediately after x cube, before preceding x. So this is the place where I wanted to keep x square. So this is the way how we are just writing. It is not a very big deal that you should write always like this only. So once you write it, then you again will be subtracting. So this will change the sign of this. This will change the sign of this. Now you try to see how we will write it. The first term will get cut. Now next, out of the left out, right? Out of the left out, whatever will be left out now in this after cancellation, highest power is x cube, right? So your responsibility is to bring down x cube first. So you bring down x cube first, it will be twice x cube plus. Why? Because this sign is there and that has not been changed. Sign of the second line is only changed. Now once you did with x square, x cube, you have to now bring x square. What is the sign? It is minus. So your result will be minus 4x square. And now you bring down this. It is minus twice x and this is plus 1. So once you did it, again you got the new problem. In the new problem, again you have to look for the first term of the dividend. What is the first term of the dividend? 2x cube. And what is the divisor's first term? X square. Now you have to put a suitable term here so that you get twice x cube. So x cube is there, sorry, x square is there, one more x is needed. And in order to get this 2, I have to put a 2 here. and it is plus 2x cube. So what I need to multiply is plus 2x. That red color term is to be multiplied. Now again use follow the same circle. This into this. What will be getting? That is 2x cube. That you write below here 2x cube. Now again you multiply this with 1. What you get? 2x. Oh, this time there is a term 2x. So I can write it below this. But there is no term x square. So x square will be left blank this time. Right? So once we did it, again you put a minus sign here. Then that will change this as minus. This will be minus. They will get cut. Now whatever is left out, as usual you do, right? This 4 minus 4x square is coming directly down here because you cannot subtract it from any term. And now this is minus twice x and this is also minus twice x. 2 minus twice x making it minus 4x. And then 1 you bring down. Till here, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now again you are coming to that particular point. You have to look for the first term of the dividend, that is minus 4x square. First term of the divisor is x square. Now what must be compensated? X square is already present. So only number you have to write here is minus 4. So this minus 4 will be kept in the quotient space here. Sorry, minus 4. This is minus. So we have kept minus 4. And in turn, now this minus 4 has to be multiplied with each of this. So I'll be getting this as minus 4x square. And minus 4 into plus 1 will give you minus 4. Now here there is no term of x. So x will be left out. Now again the idea is same. You have to minus this. This will make it plus. This will make it plus. And then this will be cut. And then you see what will be left out. Minus 4x will be left out. And here it is plus 5. Now division will not go anymore. Why? You see degree of this, that is 1, and degree of this is x square. So when degree of this will be less than degree of x square, you cannot carry on the division further. So this is the last step where you will finish, and therefore you will write here, therefore q quotient, the required quotient qx is, you write this 4x square plus twice x minus 4, and remainder Rx is equal to minus 4x plus 5. Now again, if I raise a question, is Zx a factor of Px? Here also your answer will be no. Why no? Because this remainder you can say it is not equal to 0. So that's it. Please see this. One such problem again I'll be doing some more problem of this kind so that your division should be very, very smooth. Once you finish it, okay, thank you. I'll go for the next question. I'll go to the next number. It's number 3. I'll be again taking bigger numbers, bigger powers only, so that it will be more helpful. This time negative powers, negative values. This is x to the power 4 minus 3x cube plus 2x squared plus 1. And the divisor this time is 2x plus 1. Okay, 2x plus 1. Let us again start with the same tree, right? Same idea we have to do. Let us do. So already it is arranged in the decreasing power, but missing powers are there here. So I have to write it little loose. Okay. Now again you start with the very first strategy. First term of the dividend is x to the power 4. First term of the divisor is twice x, and now you have to put here something so that x to the power 4 will come. First of all, x to the power 4 will come if I put x cube here. No problem. But 2 is already there, but here there is no 2. So what I should put? Half. This time it will be carrying a fraction, that is half x cube. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Now this half x cube we will multiply, this half x cube will multiply with this and write the result below in the like terms. So half x cube into 2x will obviously give you x to the power 4 because we adjusted it. Half x cube into 1 will give you half x cube only, and sign is plus. So you can see that these are the like terms. So we have written just below one another. And now our task is to subtract. Now you have to subtract. So if you do a subtraction, you write the negative here. So it will change the sign here. It will change the sign here. You write in the bracket. If you want, it is not necessary to write. This will be cut. Once they will be cut, here what will be the calculation? Now you see, I drag the calculation out. It is x cube will to come here. It is very clear. So I do not want to calculate x cube. I want to calculate minus 3 from the top and then minus half from the bottom below line. So if I put a bracket here, there will be plus. So LCM will be 2, then this will be 7. That means what I'll get this as minus 7 by 2. Then once you finish with this 2, you bring down this, right? Once you bring down this, again you will start with the new journey. And in the new journey, what is the dividends first term? Here it is. And what is the divisors first term? Twice x. Now you just go one by one to put the term inside. First of all, x cube, and here it is x. So I should get x square. No doubt about it. Very nice. Now I should get minus. So obviously this term will be minus. I should get 7 by 2. Is 7 by 2 there? No. This you try to adjust now. This you have to adjust. See the adjustment, please, carefully. I do it in rough, then finally I will write what should we put here. Numerical adjustment. 2 is already here. This 2 is to be first cancelled. I cancel this 2. But I need 7 by 2 now. If I put 7 by 2 here, now you see whether it is very equal. If I multiply all these, will it be equal to this? Yes, it will be equal. So now next step, what we'll do, twice x is remaining twice x only, and all these you create to be 1. And now this is the number which you should put in the quotient. Please take a time, 15-20 seconds, and just see and tell me whether you have understood or not. If not, I'll explain it once more. Just see first.
So I have understood.
Then I'll go for the next step. Next step means now we have to multiply. This one I have to multiply with this. So already I have adjusted, so it will give you minus 7 by 2 x square. Then this I'll multiply with 1 and it will be containing x square. So I'll be writing it here. Very nice. Now again the idea is same. You have to subtract this. So this sign will be plus. This will be also plus. And then this is the line. Now again you try to subtract. First one will be obviously getting cut. Now again, as it is a fraction, I am doing the workout here. From here it is plus 2. From here it is plus 7 by 4. So what will be this? It is 4. 15 by 4. That means it will be 15 by 4 x square. And then again this one will come down as it is. Now the last step. Here again you will start with the new step of dividend. So new dividend is, the first term of the new dividend is this much. Here I should put x, twice x, and I have to look for some quantity in the empty bracket. Okay, first you try to adjust the x. Here I need a x so that I can get both to be x square. Fine, x square has been adjusted. Now this 2 is not good for us, so cancel it. But I need in that place 15 by 4, so given it. So now if you try to again reshuffle or simplify, it will be 15 by 8x. So the number to be multiplied is 15 by x. Sorry, 15 by 8x. So this will come here. This will come here exactly. Right? This will come here exactly. So after that, you multiply it back here. So this will give you 15 by 4x square. And then once you multiply this x here, now you see there is falling short of x, right? You're falling short of x. So x cannot be written below 1. So you squeeze it, right? This particular things you squeeze x, you write here, not below 1. Otherwise, you will subtract unnecessarily the wrong term. So what will be getting here? It is 15 by 8x. 15 by 8x. Now you subtract it. Now you subtract it. If you subtract as usual, then it will change the sign. The first sign will be changed. There is no problem because it will be getting cut. Now second sign, if it is getting changed, that means you will be left out with minus of 15 by 8. This is smaller, please see this. And then from here, this is 1. That 1 will come down as plus 1. Right? Now, do you think that any more time your division will go forward? It will go. Why? Because this power, you see, this is x and this is also x. So division will be carried one more step. Right? So I remove this unwanted part. I want to carry the division here in the blank space. If you have page, in the page you do the continuation. Right? So otherwise it will be confusing. Like here my last will be this. Above there is a line. Okay. Now again the rough form. What is the first term of the dividend? 15 by 4 x minus 15 by 4x. Achha. What is the first term of the dividend? Sorry, division twice x. So what I must be multiplying here? Just identical. So this time to x is not needed, only number to be adjusted. This number 2 can be kicked out first by multiplying half. That means I have to put this in this bracket, right? So place is not there, I'm doing here. And then I have to newly introduce 15 by 4. Moreover, there should be a minus here. So what is a new term to be involved? Is minus 15 by 8. Minus 15 by 8. So here I should write a minus 15 by 8. And this minus 15 by 8, if I multiply with twice x, I'll be getting minus 15 by 8 only. No, something more. Sorry. See here, I made a mistake. It is not 15 by 84. It is 15 by 8. So it will be 15 by 8. So it will be 15 by 16. Sorry, very sorry. It will be 15 by 16. So it will be 15 by x here. And then once you multiply this 15 by 16. Now again you minus this. Then this will get cut. And then your results will be 1 plus this. 1 plus 15 by 16, that is equal to 31 by 16. So now your division is finished. And this is the remainder. This whole thing is the quotient. What is the quotient? It is half x cubed. It is 7 by 4 x square, 15 by 8 x minus 15 by 16. And Rx is 31 by 16. A bit longer here. And here also, if I ask you the same question, is this gx a factor of px? Your answer will be no. because remainder is still existing. Please go through it and let me know whether it is understood or not. So these complications we have to do at any cost. Okay. Now we'll be going for the another problem. One more problem will be doing. It was question number 3. One more of this kind. Then I'll be going for the factorization. Sorry, finding the zeros or factorization without this gx and fx. So just your px is x cube plus 1 and gx is x plus 1. Gx is x plus 1. Right. So here again you have to do. So you keep ready your brackets and all these brackets were kept ready. And now you can easily see I should put x cube plus 1 little more expanded way because there are many missing terms. X square and x both are missing. So we have kept it in the expanded way. What is the first term of the dividend? X cube. What is the first term of the division? X. What I should put here? Just justify. It should be x square. So that is the term which you should put here. Okay. After this x square you multiply here with both the terms. So you get x cube. Next is x square. Do you have any place here for x square? No. So you write it in a congested way. Right? Do not write below 1. Otherwise it will not match. So we have written it like this. And after doing that, your task is to subtract minus, then it will be minus and it will be minus. Obviously this will get cut. What will be left out now? See, this is minus x square. And from here, only plus 1 will come. Right? Okay. Now again you will go for the next. It is the first term of the new dividend. It is the divisor. Now you put what you should write so that you will get this x square. So x is needed and 1 minus is needed. Now this will be the term which will go to the dividend. We have written. Very nice. Now this should be multiplied to each of this. What I'll get? The first one is minus x square. Very fine. Next one is minus x into 1. We'll give minus x, right? It will not match with 1. So we have written in a squeezed manner, not below 1. Remember it. That is to be very peculiar and particular. Otherwise, your answer may be sometimes wrong if you do not avoid this. So this both will become plus. So this is minus x square plus x square cut here. Now what will be the result? Very simple. A plus x and 1 will come down as it is with its sign. Ah, very nice. X plus 1. Now to I need not think anything because this whole is x plus 1. So one time only it will go. And then what will I get? 0. Great. This is the first problem where I got a remainder 0. So here now you can write. Therefore, quotient qx is equal to x square minus x plus 1 is 1. And remainder Rx is equal to 0. Now, if I ask you the question, is Gx a factor of Px? This time, if I ask you, what will be your answer? Your answer is this time, yes. Why yes? Because you see, when I divided the dividend by the divisor, remainder is 0. That's the idea, right? So here, one additional step I want to write. What is the additional step? If remainder is 0. So all of you already got this in your lower classes. Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, right? In this case, what is the dividend? X cube plus 1. What is the divisor? X plus 1. What is the quotient? X square minus x plus 1. And it is 0. So overall, if you write, you have got these things. Meaning is that when dividend is divided by the divisor and you obtain remainder, a zero remainder, then this particular division algorithm, this is called the division algorithm, that gives you the required factorization. Here I am not asking for the factorization. I am asking only the quotient and the remainder. But had this be a problem of factorization, I should have come to this particular step. Check it please whether you understood or not. Because this concept I am going to extend now for the next problem. Okay. So now you see what is the next problem. Question number 5. Question number 5. So we'll write it like this. Factorize the following. Factorize the following. It is not the midterm factorization, remember, because I'm going to take the bigger expressions. Right? Midterm factorization, factorization we already did. Now we are getting the factorization of bigger one. Suppose your polynomial to be factorized is x cube plus 6x, x cube plus 6x squared plus 11x plus 6. Now midterm factorization will not be possible. That is applied only for quadratic polynomials. So now how you will proceed? This is where we have to proceed like the previous question. So listen very carefully. One day before this class, that means in the last class, I have discussed that if any factor should be chosen for this particular polynomial, so that will be decided by this 6. That will be decided by this 6 if coefficient of x cube is 1. Otherwise, it will be of the form p by q, where p is factor of this and q is factor of this. So here to this value is 1 only. So you only look for the factors of 6. What are the factors of 6? Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3. And the biggest one will be plus or minus 6. Now you have to make a choice first, right, to find the value of px. And it should be 0. Now, what can be your intuition? Whether positive values will make it 0 or negative values will make it 0. That should be your observation. So here you see all the terms are positive. So if I put another positive value for x, do you feel that this will become inverse 0? No. So your intuition should automatically tell that this time what value we'll choose for x, it should be negative. So we'll try for the lowest one, right? We'll try for the lowest. Always start trying for the lowest, right? For x equal to minus 1, p of minus 1, x cube, uh, this is square, 11 minus 1, 6. This is minus 1, this is plus 6, minus 11, plus 6. So 6 plus 6, 12, minus 1 and 11, 12. So this is giving you 0. Achha. Therefore, by factor theorem, what I can say? If x equal to minus 1 is making this 0, that means x plus 1 is a factor. Of ex. Is that understood? Okay. So now once I get one of the factor, then the other factorization will be done by the division. That's what will be the usefulness of the division, what we got now. So I have to divide now this polynomial by that particular factor. What is the factor? X plus 1. So for this division, you have to look only for one factor. This time I will not write the outside work. You can directly write here. So now you are very clear about the division process. So here I should multiply x square. Is that it? So if I multiply x square with x, it will give you x cube. With this, it will give you x square. Right? So you now minus. This time minus sign also I will not show. It is not needed actually. Just for your understanding, I told you. This x cube will get cut here. So 6x square minus x square will give you 5x square. Then the other two terms, these arrows are also not needed. Just for your explanation, I am writing. This is now what should be the next term? What I should multiply with x so that I get 5x square. It will be very nice 5x. So if I multiply this, what will I get? You see, it will be 5x square and then plus 5x. Right? In a similar way. Now you subtract. If you subtract, they will get cut. So this will be how much? 6x plus 6. Very nice. What I should multiply now? Plus 6. So that will generate you what? 6x plus 6. And what is the remainder? 0. Till here you understood or not? You will sure make sure me.
Yes, sir.
After that, what will write? Therefore, that I'll write dividend equal to divisor into quotient. So this time I'll not write that particular lines. Directly I'll write this time. Therefore, dividend. What is the dividend? It is x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6 will be equal to divisor into quotient. This is the quotient. Remainder लिख के फायदा नहीं है. Now further what will happen? This part you factorize. Then your factorization will be completed. Because you know the midterm factorization, I will not show you that. I directly write the answer. So if you factorize this, you will get this. So this is the complete factorization of this. So this is how we do factorization of cubic expression. Yes. Just confirm me whether you have understood or not. Okay. So one more problem of this kind I'll take. Only one. And then I'll finish today. That is number 2. Again, factorize this. Right? This time even a bigger one I want to take. X to the power 4, then twice x cube, 7x square, 8x plus 12. I'll give you one shortcut for this, but not today. First you know this particular ones. Okay, so here what is the number? 12. What are the possible factors of this? Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 12. Oh, so many are there. Right? So what you will do? You make a rough calculation outside and then just try to find which can be. Always you start from the lowest. But this time mixture is there, plus or minus. So plus may work better this time. So let me put 1. If I put 1 here, what will be my values? You see, directly I am putting the values. I think 1 will give me the result or it will not. 12 plus 8 will be giving me how much? 20. No, it will not give. It will not give. 1 will not give me. So let me go for 2 plus 2, right? If I go for plus 2, first will be 2 to the power 4, that will give you 16. Then this will be again 16. Then this is 28. This will be 16 plus 12. Very nice. They will get cut and these two will be getting cut. That means x equal to plus 2 is going to satisfy. So this is the rough work you have to do. And then fair, now you write. Now x equal to 2 gives uh, P of 2, you now write that it is going to satisfy the given equation, given polynomial. So this is going to give you the result. So this is going to give you the result. Therefore, we dialog therefore by factor theorem, what you can say, x minus 2 is a factor this time. Factor of x. Very nice. If x minus 2 is a factor, now what is your next step? You have to carry the division. This is what you have to do. Right? So inside you write, this time no power is missing, so you can write in a little compact way also. There is no problem here, and here it is the divisor. Now you can see what I should write here. What I write? X cube, right? If I write x cube, what will come here? X cube into x will give you x to the power 4, and then minus twice x cube. Oh, we are lucky here. We are lucky here. Why we are lucky? Because you see both the terms are same. Both the terms are same means this will get cut, and I'll be getting this also cut. We are lucky, right? We are really lucky. So now what will come? It is 7x squared, and then we'll be getting this as plus 8x. Badhiya. Now what will be the quotient? Minus 7, and then it will be x minus 7, x minus 7x, right? So now again you multiply it. This will be minus 7 x square, and then minus 7x into minus 2 will give you 14x plus 14x plus 14x. So how much will be the value? How much will be the value here? You see, this will be getting cut. So 8x minus 14x will give you minus 6x, and then 12 you bring down. How much I should write here? What is the value I should write here? It is minus of 6. Sorry, minus of 6. Minus 6 into x will give you minus of 6x, and minus 6 into minus 2 will give you plus 12. So 0. So once you arrive at this, again what you write, therefore dividend, that is this time dividend is bigger. This if you want, you can write the complete one, or you can write this as fx or dx also, no problem. This whole thing will be equal to this time what? X minus 2, x cube minus 7x minus 6. This is number 1. Clear? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is a bit long problem, because you see it is x cube. So you cannot directly also do the factorization for this. Midterm factorization will not be possible for this. It will be possible. Midterm factorization is possible only for quadratic. So here again what will happen? There will be a second part. This time we will consider this as some other polynomial. And now we will factorize this. So for this 6 is the constant term. What are the factors? Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6. More number of negative terms are there. So possibly what will do? Possibly which will help us to do the thing? Positive numbers might help us to do. Right? So now just you listen again. 1 we should not test. Why 1 we should not test? Because we have already tested this one for this bigger one. Right? So 1, it was not satisfying. This means it will not satisfy this also. Now 2 you can test if you want. Maybe a repeated factors exist. So first check, will 2 give a 0? So we'll do it in rough. if I put 2, x cube means this much, 2 means 14. No, it is not going to give me. So let me check for 3. 3 if I put, it is 27. Then this will give you minus 21. Great. This is going to give you, right? So now, if x equal to 3, f of 3 is going to give you the value. That is 27 minus 21 minus 6, that is 0. Therefore, x minus 3 is a factor of x cube minus 7x minus 6. Have you understood? Please note down and then only you say you have finished, because I'll change the board. Okay. Now again, you have to start with the division, right? That means this is a long problem. I have a shortcut. I'll give you not today. पहले लंबा वाला सीख लो. You have to learn this. Then only. It was what? X cube minus 6x, no, 7x minus 6. I have written it in a scattered way, loose way. What is the reason? Because missing power is there. So here what I'll write, the first will be x square. So what will I get here? It is x cube and then minus 3x square I'll write here, because x square there is no term. Now we'll subtract, this will get cut. Then this minus 3x square will become plus x square, plus 3x square, minus 7x. Now what I shall put here in the quotient, right? I think I should not explain you. If you read 3x, it will be understandable. So it is 3x square. Now 3x into minus 3, minus 9x. So again you subtract the same thing. This will be cut. Then this will become plus and twice x will come. And then minus 6. What I should put now? Now you'll be getting the answer. It is plus 2. So once you put plus 2, you'll be getting this much. And you get this. So here what you got ultimately, fx equal to divisor is this, and your quotient is 3x plus 2. So now you see that is a midterm factorization. You can do the factorization yourself. Right? Okay, there is a factor minus 1 also. We started with 1, because of that we did not get. Had we tested it minus, we would have got at the beginning only. Therefore, now you see, your overall was px, and px was equal to what? X minus 2, and then here we had x cube minus 7x minus 6, which now has been factorized as x minus 3, x plus 1 to x plus 2. So this is the last answer, factorization. Right? In fact, if somebody asks you find the zeros of this polynomial, you have to take here up to this, and then you write therefore zeros are. What are the zeros? This will give you x equal to 2, second will give you 3, third will give you minus 1, fourth will give you minus 2. These are the zeros. So that's it. Once you finish, you please tell, I'll sign off today.